Hi, I'm Ray Dobson of RPD Consultants, and I want to talk about helping others here. Every year, around about this time of year, I choose to try and help others with donations or food or collections of clothes or presents, and people are very appreciative. But after Christmas, they go back to their life and struggles, and again are forgotten for a year because we get busy. But this year, I want to try and do something else, something that's lasting. And I was reminded of what I believe needs doing with a client of mine just last night. I want to talk here about the links that we don't know that we are creating, which are controlling our lives. I'm putting this video up because, again, I have sat and listened to a story about someone who is tired and mentally beaten and drained by what's happening to them in their life. There seems to have been one bad thing after another. It's as if they attract every bad thing to them. A troubled childhood, bad parents, one bad relationship after another, trouble with their children, bad neighbours, they can't keep a job down, alcohol abuse and or other drugs. There's a pattern here in itself. They are lonely even with other people in their life, and they are overwhelmed with problems and ready to give up. They seek out help from doctors who put them on antidepressants and send them home, and they begin to feel that they are not being taken seriously, and I have known some of them to go that one step further with suicide attempts and success at times. I'm here to tell you not to take that last step, because there is help. I can't sit by any longer and watch this anymore, so I'm prepared to say to these people, my normal charges will be overlooked, and I ask you to pay just what you can, and if you can't pay anything at all, then still call me, because we can work something out. Perhaps you can help somebody old in your street. There's always another way that you can give back. Also, I'm hoping that some of my therapists, friends, may be able to give some of their time to help in this way in their area. It must stop, and if the doctors can't help, then we must try and do something. So please, keep in touch. You see, our brain is a complex learning machine. It learns despite all our efforts to do so. And what I mean by this is, we don't want to learn the fears that we have in our life. We don't want to learn the anger or depressions that we get. And we don't want to learn how to fail. But we learn this and more anyway. And it all happens in the background when we are completely unaware of what's happening. Over the years of helping people with their challenges and helplessness, I have found that every single person that I have treated or assisted has little or no idea of what's going on inside and what happens inside that creates the negative emotions that they suffer from on a daily basis. It also astounds me that some people spend thousands of pounds in their lifetime on their hair, cars, dresses, clothes, holidays, and yet they still live with the painful memories and conditions that can be eased or completely removed with a small amount of time and effort. We have to teach them a better way. I'm not sure if it's the lack of awareness or just a belief that life is what it is and I can't change it anyway. Either way, that's wrong. So what are the links that I'm talking about? The fears that we create that keep us from or in a violent relationship and keep us from doing things, stop us from even trying to better ourselves. The painful memories that drag us down and continually hurt us, or the negative voice inside that tells us that we can't do it because we're not good enough or not clever enough or we don't deserve any better. We learn all this and more because our mind is a learning machine. That means we can learn something different, something better, but this time with some awareness and some intention. What we believe about ourselves has been learned. Our beliefs are given to us by our parents, our peers, or the people that we are brought up with. Often we do things out of necessity, so we fit into a gang or a group or get accepted by the people we find ourselves surrounded by. The problem is, our brain learns and habituates whatever it is fed on a consistent basis. And if we've been fed crap most of our lives by others, we begin to feed ourselves the same. And that's when a belief has been installed that says we are not good enough, or I can't do it, or I'm a bad mother, or I'm a bad person, as well as millions of other things that go on in people's minds because they have learned to do it that way. They've learned this rubbish, but they now believe it. It can change. We can show you how to do that. So please pass this on to anyone you know who feels like this. Let's stop this now. Let's get the help that people want and need, and let's do it quickly, because we are approaching the worst time of the year for this to happen to anybody. Let's get something organised so we can change things for them. Contact me, and don't worry about costs. That doesn't matter at the moment. Don't worry about it. You matter. You can either contact me through my website, www.rpdconsultants.com, and click on the contact me, or email me, rpdconsultants@yahoo.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Let's start living life to the full. Let's start enjoying things again. Let's be happy. Let's change the way that you've been thinking that's created this negative feeling in your life, because it can be done. In your head, you have a learning machine. Let's show you how to learn something better so that you feel better. Thanks a lot for listening. I'm Ray Dobson.